Hello.
I'm always shocked.
I'm Ginger.
I'm Dee.
And this is
Chattin' with CHAP. And we're back together.
Oh, it's
that
so
feels
awesome.
good. Yes.
And we're like using the phone.
Mm-hmm.
We had been using the iPad for many, many episodes. Now we're using the phone, and we're feeling like
I feel like my hair is a little wonky. Yeah. Now we're close, and my hair's
together
wonky.
because the phone is so tiny.
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny.
It is tiny.
So.
But we're using it, and we're doing some experiments.
We're
homeschool moms. So.
We are experimenting with how Facebook puts out things from iPads via phones and this and that and whatever. So
we feel like there's something to it, although no one's on it.
So
we could be totally wrong. What do we know? We're just homeschool moms.
We're just doing our little at-home science experiment.
Yeah.
So we are going to do something kind of new and fun for the next 11 weeks. We're going to try chatting with you without any papers.
Yeah. Chat with CHAP. Oh, now all of a sudden,
like
chat
live,
with CHAP.
real.
Unscripted.
Unscripted.
Uh-huh.
So we'll see how it goes, but it'll be a good experiment. It will be good.
Yeah. Well, Ginger, I am so glad that you are back. So yeah. So last week I shared a little bit about when it's okay to say no to other things and just really focus on your homeschool and what's going on in your home. And I shared a little bit of my perspective, but you're here. And
yeah, I'm here.
I'd love to hear from you.
So I told Dee, I said, I'd really like to talk about that because I was really sad I couldn't be here. It's a topic that's really been challenging for me.
Sessions taped and available for purchase. They were taped, they were recorded, and they will be available. When they become available, I'll put it on our Facebook page because I'm not sure how long it's going to take to go from the recording to actually being
out there.
Being out there. But they will be available, so we'll let you know via Facebook, and I'll mention it on Chattin' with CHAP too when in the future. Yeah. So they'll be there.
We will let you know.
Yeah.
You will be in the know. Yeah. So I really wanted to be part of that conversation last week, but I had some health issues and just coming to realize a few things that I wanted to share with you all. So I am a doer. I'm sure there's lots of you out there who are.
Any of you doers?
My name is Ginger and I'm a doer.
Yeah. As I'm sitting here, what conference can I plan in your area?
Exactly. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So all of my life is just go, go, go. I mean, and that's not just been since I'm a mother. That's been from birth. My high school year, I was just totally busy all the time. I remember I went back to visit my alma mater after I graduated college, and one of my profs said to me, "You look so good. You don't look like The Walking Dead like you did your senior year." Because I was so busy. Like, I was in shows, I was in softball, I was in class, I was a tutor. I didn't have enough time to go to the cafeteria, so I would eat peanut butter and jelly out of my backpack. I mean, it was crazy, and I continued this habit as a working wife, as a working mom, and realized that I did a lot of realizing over the past week that I never allowed myself rest or never allowed myself chance to process what I went through. And I know we talked about in one of our episodes processing, didn't we? Processing things that we come in contact with, and it's so very important.
It is. There's something that when I get an opportunity to talk to women, when I get an opportunity to talk to homeschool moms, I always say we need to stop we need to stop resting from our work and start working out of a place of rest.
Yes.
Like, there's a difference. So we need to just stop resting from our work and start working out of a place of rest.
Yeah. So, and part of that rest is just coming to terms with what you've experienced and dealing with it. And you know what? Allowing yourself to cry, allowing yourself to say no. And I just realized I've experienced a lot, and since I am a goer, I'm just like, there's more to do. I just kept going, and my schedule is so intense. And I also realized that kind of my relationship with my kids was school and chores. Like, there was not like fun mommy relational time because there's just so much to do and never enough time to get it done. So there's those two things where I really needed to stop so I have time to work on relationship with my kids And I also need to stop so I can be alone or with my husband or trusted close friend and process through all this stuff. I went through some bad hurts this past year. I didn't even realize how much they hurt me until I was talking with her, and I'm like, "Blah." She gave me permission to cry. She gave me permission, and I'm sitting there like my lip is going, and I'm like, oh my goodness. Because you just go because you're mom and you have to go, and because everyone's depending on you and all this, but you just need to stop. You need to take a break, process through everything, say no, and just allow God to really lead you. That was another part of it. I'm such a control girl, and I might be doing good things, but I'm the one controlling it and choosing the ones I'm doing, and realizing that I don't necessarily allow God to say, you know what, you should be doing this. You should be doing that.
It's interesting, when you think about the verse, be still and know that I am God. I've always said, to me, that means that there's a knowingness of God we'll never know if we don't stop.
Wait, what?
So be still and know that I am God.
Okay.
So I feel like there's this knowingness of God. There's this part we'll never know if we don't be still.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
We're missing. If he says be still and know, so there's this knowingness of God that we're missing out on because
we're not
being still. We're not processing. We're not letting him be in control.
Yeah.
All of those things.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a real struggle.
And
it's hard because we have a lot to do and we have a lot to offer. I mean, that's it.
We do. Yeah. Gifts.
Like
am I using my gifts?
Realizing that the most important place you can use them first and foremost is in your home. And that then someday there'll be a season where God may allow you to use them outside of the home. I mean, I hit that season when I started working for CHAP, and my kids hit high school. My youngest hit high school, and my oldest is 31. Or 31. but 10 years ago, 15 years ago, it didn't look like this. 15 years ago, I had a 16-year-old and a baby newborn, and I had 5 in between them. And so just realizing too that even though you feel like you need to say yes to everything, that you need to be a part of everything, like someday there'll be more yeses. And right now it's okay for there to be some no's so that you're not worn out and burn out.
Yeah, and that's really hard for me. I mean, that's where I'm at, because we're very close in age, but in very completely different life stages.
We are.
Because I do still have a 5-year-old, and it's okay for me to say no, and I've never felt like it was. I never felt like I could just be like, no, I really need to, because your parenting and your schooling is a ministry. It's a ministry. You are discipling however many little people are in your house. And that's huge. I mean, if you're closely discipling 6 people, that's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people.
And and those little people need you, whether or not they'll admit to you that they need you. Yeah. They do need you. So it's just a whole lot of realizing for me, and just letting God direct and releasing control. That's a hard one. For releasing control is really hard. So I will say, I don't know where God's going to lead me in all this. I'm excited, because I know it means I'm going to go to the next step with him, the next level deeper with him. So I think that's really awesome. But I don't know what it's going to mean. So I love speaking with you. I love doing this with Dee, but I don't know what God's, does God want me here? Does God not want me? We'll see. We'll see as we continue to go. But I've been able to release some things, and it's been good. Yeah. It's been really good. Still trying to get a grip on the schedule, even though some of those things are gone. The schedule's still a little bit
tough.
Challenging,
especially when they are all young. Because there's 2 pieces to this puzzle. The first is we have to learn to say no, and no needs to become our best friend. We have to realize that we can use our gifts within our home. Like, I think of all the years that I organized 7 children to just live life, and schedules and their schoolwork and all those things, and how that has now made its way into this job. And now I organize a convention.
And there you have it.
And so there's 2 pieces. Like, there are gifts that we use within our home, but the other piece of it is just being able to trust God and release this to him, and know that he's going to bless you for your obedience in all of this. And so, and that's hard, because we're just afraid.
Unknown.
Well, and we're afraid that if we don't do it,
it won't get
done, or it, but
yes.
I think that's a lie the enemy wants us to believe. Like, if he can't get us in other ways, then he hopes he can keep us busy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
so we're exhausted and we don't have any emotional or mental strength to help our children.
Yeah.
And I'm finally, it's just been just 1 week, and I'm starting to realize some things and let some things go. But I'm already like listening to them when they're speaking to me. I'm actually like engaging my brain in what they're saying to me already.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, like just that little tiny bit. And there's so much more to go. And there's a lot more processing for me to do. But yeah.
So say your no's where there need to be no's. Say your yeses where they need to be yeses. Be fully present and rest. And know that it's okay, and there are seasons, and you find yourself in the next season before you even realize it, and how God will use things from this season to grow you in the next
season. Yeah.
Just be obedient and So we decided over the next 10 weeks, we're going to tackle those 10 lies that homeschool moms believe, because we're going to talk about that, because I think some of this is tangled up in lies that we believe,
Oh, for sure.
So that's our goal for the next 10 weeks. We'll be tackling one a week and see where God leads us and leads Chattin with CHAP. And
yeah, it'll be good.
It'll
be good. I'm glad, because it's when you finally say, you know what, God, you're in control. I'm not going to control this anymore. It's like,
okay,
I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah,
because God's got it.
Yeah.
Just all of it. Releasing my kids. And I prayed those prayers before, but I have to do it again. It's like, we talked about 2 Peter. And in 2 Peter says, you know what, I know you've heard all these things before, but I need to remind you, because I'm not going to be with you much longer, and I need to make sure that you know that I know you know, that kind of a thing. I'm reminding you. So it's just good to be reminded.
Yeah. So I just would say, Ginger, I just appreciate you, and I admire that you are doing this and being obedient. I mean, I think sometimes we hear that still small voice and we ignore it.
I've pushed it off.
Yeah.
I've pushed it off for a long time. I've heard some of that a long time ago, and it got to the point where it hit me physically. It wasn't just stress and emotion, whatever. It started to affect my body, and I could not do anything but listen to it. Yeah. So it's good.
Okay.
It's good.
Are we
All
good?
right.
Are we
I
good?
think
We don't have an ending to it.
We don't. I know.
Are we done?
I
don't
think we're
know. Are
done
we
talking. Does anyone have a question?
Yeah. Or if you have any comments, you watch this, and you want to share anything with us, throw that in the comments. We'd love to hear from you.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, hey Dana.
Hi, Dana.
Dana was one of our speakers. So just throw this out there. She was one of our speakers on Saturday, and so her recording of her message will be
out there. And Steve said it was awesome.
Yeah.
Good job, Dana.
So exciting. So, well, this has been Chattin with CHAP. See you next week.